about 10,000 cases right now in the civil courts across the country. 71% of those cases are being fronted by self-represented litigants, Paul. That's 7,100 people who have no demonstrable access to justice. They earn too much to qualify for legal aid, but they don't earn enough to hire a mid-range lawyer at $450, $500 an hour plus GST.
So justice is being serially denied.
Well, if you look at, you take Miss C, for example, she's hired a lawyer called Stephen Lack, very good, very, very good criminal defence lawyer, outstanding reputation. But that's a $10,000 retainer fee unless she's getting sponsorship, plus whatever his hourly rate is. Up against a $2.2 billion organisation in the police who have their own legal fees funded by the state, ultimately by the taxpayer. Now, tell me how that's fair in terms of an access to justice position. It's not.
It's not at all, no.
And so the two cases, the two HTCA cases, one, the only reason the first one was dropped against Miss C is because McSkimming refused to testify. In fact, he was trying to determine the nature of a diversion or discharge without conviction, which a victim shouldn't be doing. That's the police's job or prosecutor's job. So he refused to testify. They dropped the case. The second case that's going, they are determined to pursue. On the first case, when the police went to Crown prosecution and said, do we have a prima facie case? That's all we want to know. Normally, the request is, do we have evidential sufficiency to advance a prosecution with a reasonable chance of a conviction?
So they were looking for the lowest bar possible to
advance it. Yeah. So they didn't look for evidential sufficiency and they didn't look for public interest. In fact, they said to the Crown prosecutor specifically, it's in the IPCA report, we don't want these two. We only want to know, is there sufficient prima facie on its face, right, to advance the prosecution? Crown prosecution said, well, yeah, of course there is. But if they'd asked the second question, do we have evidential sufficiency and is it in the public interest? I don't think they would have got home. So what I'm very interested to find out, and I don't think it's been announced yet, was the same query made to the police for the second prosecution. Did they just ask for prima facie or did they say evidential sufficiency and public interest thresholds too, please? And I'm not sure they did.